Hello, Sarah. I'm Austin Kokenauer. As you know, I am the account manager for our Synchrosis account, and I just wanted to let you know of an incident that occurred in the workplace this week, okay? If you don't mind, I'll just take a couple minutes of your time, explain the situation, explain what happened, and get your opinion on it, and then I think we'll be fine from there, okay? Thank you. Uh, so basically, an overview of the situation. This week, I was in some discussion negotiation with Bill Richards, Mr. Richards from CMC, and we basically agreed to a deal that would we would provide their equipment in exchange for $500,000. Now, this is a basic deal for us, but it becomes weird in the fact that they expect the merchandise by November 1st, when in reality we can only supply it at the soonest by December 1st. Now, the reason that we have such a difference in time frames here is because normally we'd be able to supply the merchandise in that amount of time. However, in this instance, uh, our merchandise is running behind because we just don't simply have the raw materials right now to supply that type of equipment in that time frame. And the earliest that we could produce it would be December 1st. So basically, without telling Mr. Richards this, I asked my supervisor what I should do. And Tom, my supervisor, instructed me to lie to the client, Mr. Richards, and basically tell him that we would be able to make that deal happen, and that once we agreed and he has paid the $500,000 that he owed us for that deal, that we would just get the merchandise to him as soon as we can, without telling him any differently than that it would arrive November 1st. This is an ethical dilemma for myself because I don't feel comfortable lying to my client and going behind their back and basically not agreeing and not fulfilling the terms that we agreed to in our contract. Uh, I would even go farther to say that Tom is really, really not just lying to me and or to the client, not forcing me to lie to the client, but instead he's forcing me to really break any relationship that I have ever built with him or will build, and could potentially ruin my business with him in the future and CMC as a whole. Uh, Tom basically told me, and I'll read you the quote word for word. Tom said, "Richards will be mad, but he'll get over it." He went on to say, "Take him and his wife to a nice dinner and apologize profusely." This is after the fact. He thinks that it will be okay if I just do business with him, get his $500,000, and then after November 1st, when he realizes we don't have the equipment to him on time, just say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Let me take you to dinner to make up for it." Knowing the whole time that we won't get the merchandise to him on time, still doing business like that. That isn't comfortable to me. I don't think it should be comfortable to you either or this business, because as a business, I think we should have a higher ethical stance and let our customer know in the negotiations, in the contract, when they pay us the money, exactly when they'll have their equipment and exactly what to expect from our business. Uh, it does better for our business in the future with them. It does better for the relationships we build, and might actually be able to build us more relationships in the future once people understand that we do good business here. Uh, as a solution, I would propose that we be upfront and honest with Mr. Richards. That we just tell him, "Hey, Mr. Richards, I know we haven't signed the deal yet, but I don't think that we'll be able to have the merchandise to you in the time frame that you want it. The earliest we can do the merchandise would be December 1st. Now, I know this is a month later than what you expect, but we'd be willing to give you a 20% discount for the time frame that you have in difference of ours." That would take the deal down from $500,000 in exchange for our merchandise to $400,000. However, they'd be getting it a month later than what they originally expected going into the deal. I think this would be fair, although we wouldn't get as much revenue in return. Uh, it would build a relationship with CMC and Mr. Richards, being a very valuable client of ours. I think in the long run, this will pay dividends to us because they trust us now. We're building a relationship with them. They know what to expect from us. They know we won't do them dirty, They know that we value their time enough so to give them a 20% discount, $100,000 value of their time. Uh, I think this would be a very good solution to the problem we have right now. Uh, that's why I'm bringing it to you. I know Tom has instructed me to lie to them, but being that we have an open door policy here, I wanted to bring it to you, my VP, and see what you thought. See if you had any proposed solutions. See if you thought my solution would be acceptable. If I could get permission to go forward with that plan. Uh, in hopes to strengthen my relationship with my client and build our relationship up to do more business in the future. Uh, I really appreciate your thoughts on this, and I really appreciate you taking the time to meet with me today because as a salesperson, I just don't feel comfortable with the situation I'm in right now, and I would really, really appreciate your understanding on this, and I would really appreciate your cooperation. Thank you very much. Have a great day.